Good evening, fellow wanderers of the night. You're tuned into WNTR 66.6, where the wind whispers secrets long forgotten, and the shadows carry the weight of stories untold. Tonight, we take you to a place where the innocence of youth has long since been swallowed by something far darker, the once charming Elmswood Park. Elmswood was once a place of laughter and life, where families gathered, children played, and the sound of music filled the air. But now, the laughter has faded, the swings creak in the wind, and the paths that once welcomed visitors are overgrown with neglect. No one visits Elmswood Park anymore, not since the tragedy, not since the whispers began. It was over 2 decades ago when the first child disappeared. His name was Charlie, a boy of 8, last seen playing near the old oak tree at the heart of the park. One moment he was there, his mother watching from a bench not far away, and the next, gone, without a trace. Search parties scoured the park and surrounding woods for days, but Charlie was never found. The town mourned, but Elmswood Park continued to hum with life. That is, until it happened again. And again. Each year, like clockwork, another child would disappear. Always near the oak tree. Always without a sound. Some said the tree was cursed, others whispered that the park itself was alive, hungry for the innocent. But no one had answers, and the town, out of fear or perhaps out of guilt, slowly began to avoid the park altogether. The playground rusted, the paths cracked, and the trees grew wild and untamed. Elmswood became a place spoken of in the past tense, an overgrown memory on the edge of town. But the park was not forgotten, at least, not by everyone. In the years since the disappearances, strange occurrences have been reported by those foolish or brave enough to venture into Elmswood after dark. Some claim to have heard laughter echoing from the swings, though the park stands empty. Others have seen figures, small, shadowy shapes darting between the trees, their outlines barely visible in the fading light. And then there are the whispers. Faint, indistinct voices that seem to call from the old oak, growing louder the closer you get, though the words are never clear. Some say the voices are those of the missing children, trapped in the park, calling out for help that will never come. Others believe the voices belong to something else entirely, something that resides within the oak, something ancient and malevolent. They say the tree was there long before the town, long before Elmswood Park was built, and that it has been waiting, feeding on the innocence of those who wandered too close. A few years ago, a local historian unearthed an old map of the area, dating back to before the town's founding. Elmswood Park wasn't always a park. Long ago, it was the site of a grove, a place of rituals, where offerings were made beneath the same oak tree that now stands at the heart of the park. But these weren't offerings of flowers or food, they were offerings of blood. As the years passed, the ritual stopped, the town was built, and the oak was forgotten. But something remained, something that remembers the sacrifices of the past, and something that still waits. So, dear listeners, if you find yourself near Elmswood Park tonight, stay away. The park is no longer a place for the living. And if you hear the laughter of children, if you see a swing swaying gently in the wind, know that you are not alone. The park remembers, and it is always hungry. This is WNTR 66.6, where the night reveals all. Until next time, may your steps lead you far from Elmswood, and may you never hear the whispers of the old oak.